Hey guys, welcome back. So, if this outfit looks familiar, it's because it is. Because I'm trying to maximize my time and film 2 videos at once. So, you would have already seen this look done on my channel. Super simple, get ready with me. But today I want to just sit down and talk about some things that I've acquired over the last few months and some things that I've been loving a lot. I've actually added a few things to my collection that I think are worth talking about. So let's get into it. So most of the things I'm going to talk about are makeup. There's a few skincare and accessories and things like that. But right now I'm going to start with what's in this box right here. Now I kind of will start with, I guess, base products first. Also, if you can hear my cat in the background, she's playing with my dog. So there's gonna be some fun sounds there. Anyways, the new Becca foundation that they've come out with called Skin Love is a game changer. Now the It Cosmetics CC cream has been my favorite for a really long time. And I just really love that product and that foundation. But this foundation, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's just, it was love at first application, I swear to God. I got a sample of this from Sephora. Mind you, it was in the wrong color, but even with the wrong color, as soon as I blended it out, I knew I loved it. And also, I'm pretty sure it's a self-setting foundation, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go check those specs. All right, so let's see what Sephora has to say about this foundation. So it says it's medium coverage, which I agree with, which I actually like about it because I don't like a super full coverage foundation. The finish is natural, also agree with. And let's see here. So it says it's a weightless, medium buildable coverage foundation with a velvety, natural finish that mimics the look of smooth, healthy skin, which I totally agree. Literally, I put it on and it just blurs everything out. It actually says it is a weightless blur foundation, which I completely agree with. I almost don't need, I mean, on a good skin day where I'm not really breaking out too much, I don't need even really any concealer after this, after using it. I can't talk about it enough. A friend of mine who has drier skin though, however, tried it and she didn't like it as much. But I think that I've also been prepping with my Josie Maran Argan Oil underneath of it, and that helps a little bit too, because I do have combination skin that can pull a little bit dry. So I think with the oil it helps a little bit. But yeah, so I forgot to mention, I use the color Driftwood, and my biggest suggestion for this foundation is to not go off of what the website says on Sephora about what the undertones of the foundations are. Because if I was to choose based on the descriptions alone, I would have chosen the wrong foundation. So the one I use, like I said, is Driftwood. Let's see the undertone it says. So the Sephora app says that the Driftwood color is a cool medium beige with neutral undertones. And I'm certainly not a neutral undertone kind of person. Like, I am quite yellow actually, especially in the summer. My skin pulls really yellow. So go into the store, grab yourself a actual sample of a foundation and try them out for yourself. But yeah, this foundation is, oh yeah, this is a favorite. I already know, I've been using it for 2 weeks and I will be suggesting it to every person I know. So another thing that I bought that I was super excited to find was an OFRA highlighter. Now, we don't have these really available to us in Canada, but I was in the States picking something up and I was in Ulta and I found this highlighter. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I've wanted one of these highlighters for so long, and I saw the packaging and it wasn't familiar to me, but I forgot that OFRA had changed their packaging. And I do like it. It just gets really, really dirty, which is kind of frustrating. I actually wiped it off before this video because it looks so gross. But I really do like this highlighter. It's so soft, and it's just the most stunning color. But I find that, oh sorry, I didn't say what color I got. I got Rodeo Drive, which I think is one of the most popular, but it is really powdery, which I wasn't really expecting, and a little bit more natural than I was expecting. However, it's one of those ones where I definitely put it on top of either my like tacky foundation or my like freshly powdered foundation and really work it into my skin to make it look super glowy, and then I'll add the rest of my bronzer and blush on top of it. But it's a really nice color. OFRA highlighters are kind of still some of the best out there, so that's definitely still a favorite of mine. So there are 2 bronzing products that I've been obsessed with lately, and they are both by MAC. And one is an extra dimension bronzer that they came out with. I feel like it is probably a limited edition, but it's this color right here. It's called Delphic. It's just the nicest kind of like creamy, slightly sheeny bronzer, and I just think it's the most beautiful color. And also another one is a next to nothing powder. It's actually a foundation powder, and I use it in medium deep, which on my skin tone is a bronzer for me. And it was suggested to me by someone else that I worked with at MAC that this color is a really nice bronzer, and especially because the formula of the powder is so creamy and so fine that it blends out on your skin really easily. And the reason I like using a foundation powder for a bronzer is because it adds a little bit more coverage, and if you're having a breakout on your cheeks or in essentially anywhere on your face, it just adds that little bit more coverage that you might not usually get from a bronzer. So yeah, these two MAC powders, I think this one is still available, so if it is, I would totally go and get it. There's another color that has a little more of a red tone to it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this one is still available, so while it is, definitely go out and get your hands on it because it's absolutely stunning as a bronzer. So the rest of my products I'm going to talk about are literally all lip products. Look at these guys. All, I mean, to no one's surprise, lip products are my favorite makeup item ever. But yeah, ooh, there's a lot to talk about. So I actually already talked about this one lip product in my last video, and at that point I only had one color, and it's the L'Absolu Lacquers from Lancome, and now I have 4, which I knew would happen because they're just really stunning products. But I went out and got the 515 color, which is more of an orangey tone. Again, no surprise, everything I have is orange right now. I got more of a like everyday color, and that one's 315. And then I went out of my comfort zone and bought this really kind of bright pink color. I'll show you. And it's not really a tone I normally wear, but I figured that I should probably not wear the same lip color every single day. And it's just a really nice kind of bright pink, a little more cool than I normally wear, but this formula on its own is just such a beautiful thing that any color you put on will look stunning. And I really like to wear a color like this when I'm wearing almost nothing on my eyes, maybe just some mascara and some inner corner highlight, and have a pop on my lips. That's kind of how I like to do my makeup most days. So this formula, super stunning. It's just one of those things that you can wear all day and not really think about too much. To me, it's like a long-lasting liquid lip in a gloss form, so it's beautiful. I don't like liquid lipsticks, the matte ones at least, because I find they dry out my lips too much. So if you're looking for something that will last all day long, it still transfers, which I'm okay with, but also stays glossy, which is super nice for summer, then the L'Absolu Lacquers are definitely something you need to pick up. So I actually only have one like true lipstick to talk about, and it's one from Bite. And while I am not really wearing a lot of lipstick lately, this one is the one I probably will only really grab for, mostly due to its tone. And it's one that I'm wearing today, and it's this really lovely light orange color. I find that it's just super wearable. It's a little bit of color without being too bold, and I paired it also with one of their new French press lip glosses in Salted Caramel, and it creates just such a nice kind of sheen on the lips. It's more of a cream gloss than a sticky gloss, so I feel like these two paired together just makes a really nice combo. And Bite is a Canadian brand, so how can you not love that? And yeah, I think their formulas are just super beautiful, really nourishing on the lips, doesn't feel like they're drying my lips out any. So yeah, Bite, any of their products are worth taking a look at, but these two right here are definitely my favorite. Now for glosses, the two that I've been sticking with are one that's actually a clear gloss from Glossy, which I'm sure I've talked about before because it's absolutely stunning, and one actually from Colourpop. It's one of their new ultra glossy lips. And while I do like that really sticky, glossy feeling, I'm probably one of very few who actually likes that. The Colourpop one is more of a, I don't know how to explain it. It's not super sticky, so it just kind of feels more nourishing, which most people like. And I feel like it's just one of those things you have to keep reapplying, but the color is so nice that I don't really mind. I have the color PS, and again, warm tone, warm peachy tone. It's kind of my vibe right now. And then the Glossier one, like, it's actually almost empty, and that one's just clear. It has a tint to it only because I do put it on top of some of my lipsticks, but yeah, this one's a little bit stickier, which is why I like it so much. But again, super simple gloss just to kind of throw on if you want your lips to look a little bit more plump. But yeah, these two glosses here are another one of my favorites. So I think that's it for makeup. I'll move on to skincare now, and these are actually two products I've mentioned before, so I'll just touch on them quickly. But these are two products from Ole Henriksen. Now, I first purchased these in a pack of 3. It was the Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer plus the Invigorating Night Gel, along with the Orange Serum, which right now I can't remember the name of. But you could get the 3 of them just to kind of try them out. And while I did like, is it the Truth Serum? I'm pretty sure it's called the Truth Serum. While I did like that one, I felt that when I put it underneath my foundation, almost always it would kind of like ball up on my skin and make my foundation kind of look funny, especially around the edges of my hairline. So I kind of just stopped using that because these two are the ones that I found made the most difference for my skin. So the Invigorating Night Transformation Gel really smooths out your skin. I find that on the days I don't use this, my skin doesn't look quite as luminous and smooth in the morning. So this night gel, I finally went and bought the larger sized one and absolutely love it. I don't see myself not using this for a really long time. And then the Sheer Transformation Moisturizer, I went out and splurged on the big guy because I went through it so quickly when I had the smaller one. So at first I thought that this cream was really just like your basic moisturizer, but when I went to Sephora to actually look at a fresh moisturizer, I was talking to one of the girls who worked there, and she said that the difference between the two that I was looking at was that this one actually does like prep your skin for makeup. So that's probably one of the reasons why I'm liking it so much, but it's definitely worth the money. However, it is very expensive. This one I think came to $96 Canadian, which I mean is like outrageous, but for something that actually works, you know, I'll take it. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually kind of strange because I really only ever see it on Instagram, but I've never seen anyone other than my sister actually mention it to me. But so it's actually a razor, and this is one from the Dollar Shave Club. Now I'm that person who shaves their legs every time I shower, and it's not really for any other reason than I don't like my own stubble, but that means I go through a lot of razors and I like a really good razor. So I've always used a men's razor, and to me it was like the more with the blades on the razor the better, but it gets expensive. So my sister mentioned the Dollar Shave Club to me a long time ago, but I just had never signed up for it. So I finally did, and I got the executive blade, and you buy the handle separate, and I don't know how much the handle even was, but it wasn't that expensive. And then the blades for these ones are $10 a month. But if you find that you aren't going through your blades, because they want you to change it every week, but I don't always change it every week, so you can actually defer a month and just kind of push it until you need them again. But I kind of also like to have a back stock of my blades, but they just kind of come in a little cardboard envelope and you have fresh blades once a month. And it's definitely, I think, saved me money on razor blades. And yeah, if you like a really good close cut, if you like a really good close shave, then definitely look into the Dollar Shave Club because I've been super happy with them so far. So that's kind of it for all the new things that I have been loving and using in the last little bit. Now that I look at it, it doesn't really seem like that much, but I've been trying to not buy as many things as I was before because, you know, trying to save some money, trying to save for a trip to Australia for next year, so that means I have to be a little bit more responsible. But the things I do have with me, I think are gonna be my staples for a really long time. So just wanna thank you guys again for tuning in and watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.